The man who pretended to be dead to escape his wife's murder. They say death is the final escape. But for Daniel Cross, death was only the beginning. Daniel wasn't the kind of man you'd expect to make headlines. A quiet accountant, modest, soft-spoken, the kind of man people forgot was in the room. But behind that calm face lived a secret life of fear. His wife, Evelyn, wasn't the woman he married. Once charming and beautiful, she had become something else over the years. Cold, controlling, dangerous. Every decision Daniel made, she corrected. Every mistake, she punished. To the world, they were a picture of success, a powerful couple with matching smiles and a luxury home on the hill. But inside those walls, Daniel was just another ghost, walking on eggshells, waiting for the next storm to break. And it always did. The night everything changed began like any other.
Dinner. Wine.
Silence. Then Evelyn looked across the table and said, "You're worth more to me dead than alive." Daniel froze. She smiled and slid a life insurance document toward him. "Just sign it," she whispered, "and stop pretending you matter." He didn't sleep that night. He didn't eat the next day. He just thought. And when he finally decided to run, it wasn't out of fear. It was because he realized something Evelyn never did, that even the weakest person can become dangerous when they have nothing left to lose. He planned everything quietly. Every receipt, every email, every digital footprint erased. He took a small bag, an old phone, and a single note. "You win. I'm gone." Then he vanished. To the world, Daniel Cross was dead. A burned car found near the old river bridge. A body charred beyond recognition. Dental records confirmed. Case closed. Evelyn didn't even shed a tear at the funeral. In fact, she smiled. Months passed. Evelyn inherited everything. The house, the money, the life she always wanted without the man she despised. But then, strange things started happening. Late-night phone calls. Whispers on her voicemail. A photo on her windshield, showing her standing beside the burned car. She thought she was being haunted. She was wrong. Because Daniel wasn't dead. He was watching. Hidden in plain sight, living under a new name, he followed every move she made. Not for revenge.
Not yet.
He wanted truth. Proof that the woman who'd tried to destroy him had destroyed others, too. And soon, he found it. In Evelyn's locked study was a safe, filled with documents, burner phones, and photos of men she'd loved, all of whom had died mysteriously. All insured, all linked to her. She wasn't just cruel. She was a killer. Daniel's hands shook as he pieced it together. Every smile, every gift, every tear, all of it had been part of her game. He wasn't the first. He was just the one who survived long enough to see her for who she was. But then something happened he didn't expect. Evelyn met someone new. A wealthy businessman.
Kind. Honest.
Naive. Just like Daniel once was. And Daniel knew, if he didn't stop her, another man would die. So he made a choice. He wouldn't just expose her. He'd make her confess. He started sending her messages again. Small, subtle, psychological. Photos of her victims. A clip from her husband's funeral. A text from a number labeled Daniel. At first, she laughed it off. Then she started drinking. Then she stopped leaving the house. One night, her phone buzzed. A message. "You can't bury what isn't dead." And for the first time in years, Evelyn was afraid. Days later, she went to the police, trembling, shaking, claiming her dead husband was stalking her. But when the officers looked into it, there was nothing. No calls, no emails, no trace. They thought she was lying, losing her mind, and maybe she was. That same week, she received a package at her doorstep. Inside, a USB drive, labeled Confession. She plugged it into her laptop. The screen flickered. A video loaded, showing her standing over the burning car the night Daniel died. It was footage from a security camera, her own house. Her hand trembled as she watched herself pour gasoline over the seat, light the match, and smile. Then the screen cut to black. Words appeared. You should have checked the cameras before you killed me. Evelyn screamed. She threw the laptop across the room. But it was too late. The next morning, police swarmed her mansion. They had everything: the footage, the files, the insurance claims. But one thing they didn't have was Daniel. When the detective reviewed the evidence, something didn't add up. The man in the footage from months ago, the one seen walking away from the burning car, was wearing Daniel's watch. But in the new footage, that same watch was on another wrist. Someone had helped him fake his death. Someone who wanted Evelyn caught. Someone who still hadn't revealed themselves. As officers led Evelyn away, she turned once toward the camera and screamed. "You think you've won, Daniel? You think you're free?" And somewhere, watching from the shadows, Daniel whispered,
No, Evelyn.
"I think you are." The camera panned up to the empty sky as the sirens faded, and then a final frame appeared. But justice has a strange way of returning, even to the living dead. When Evelyn Cross was arrested, the headlines were everywhere. Wife caught after husband returns from the dead. But the truth was far stranger than anyone imagined, because Daniel Cross hadn't returned. Not really. He was still a ghost, watching the chaos from a distance. And the world had no idea someone had helped him vanish. The name was Mara Bennett, a forensic assistant who worked quietly in the coroner's office. She was the one who switched the dental records that confirmed Daniel's death. The one who forged the paperwork, who arranged the burned car, who whispered, "You don't have to die to be free. You just have to disappear." At first, Daniel thought she did it out of pity. But pity wasn't the reason. Mara had her own scars. Her sister had been Evelyn's first victim, a man Evelyn once dated who died accidentally after changing his will. For years, Mara had watched Evelyn walk free. Helping Daniel was her chance to balance the scales. Now, with Evelyn behind bars, Mara thought justice had finally been served. But justice is never that simple. 3 weeks after Evelyn's arrest, a fire broke out at the county evidence locker. The footage, the files, the USB, all gone. The only remaining witness? Mara. And suddenly she vanished too. Detective Rowan, the same officer who investigated Daniel's death, was called back to the case. He didn't believe in ghosts, but he did believe in unfinished business. And something about this story didn't sit right. The burned evidence, the missing witness, the husband who was supposed to be dead. So, Rowan reopened the file. And the deeper he dug, the darker it got. In the ashes of the evidence room, he found one thing that survived the fire: a half-melted USB drive. When forensics restored it, they found one short clip, a grainy video of Daniel sitting in a motel room. He looked thinner, colder, like a man who'd been living in the shadows too long. "If you're watching this," Daniel's voice trembled, "it means she's gone. But if she isn't, she will be soon. And I need you to know I didn't do it alone. Someone wanted this more than I did."
Then, silence.
A door creaked open in the background. A voice whispered, "They're coming, Daniel." The video cut to black. Rowan froze the frame. That voice, soft, calm, careful. It wasn't Evelyn. It wasn't Daniel. It was someone else. And when he traced the background noise, the faint humming sound, he realized it came from a specific kind of medical freezer used only in the coroner's lab. Mara's lab. Evelyn's trial never happened. Before she could testify, she was found dead in her holding cell, a suicide, they said. But Rowan didn't believe it. The timing was too perfect. The guards too quiet. On her body, a small note was found, a single line written in Daniel's handwriting. "You were right, Evelyn. I'm worth more dead than alive." The media exploded again. Some said Daniel had killed her. Others claimed Evelyn took her own life out of guilt. But only Rowan noticed the one thing everyone missed. The ink on the note wasn't fresh. It had been written weeks before Evelyn's arrest. Someone had kept it, waited, planted it at the perfect moment. When Rowan visited Daniel's old home, the mansion was empty, stripped bare. But in the basement, behind a false wall, he found something chilling. A hidden room. A board covered in photos, strings, and notes, all tracking Evelyn's movements, her victims, and one other person. Mara Bennett. Pinned beside her photo was a single line written in Daniel's handwriting. "She helped me live, but now she knows too much." That night, Rowan sat alone in his car outside the coroner's office. Rain poured down the windshield as he saw a figure step out of the shadows. A woman, wearing a dark coat, her face half hidden by light. It was Mara,
Alive.
She looked straight at his car, then turned toward the streetlight. And in that glow, Rowan saw something in her hand, Daniel's watch. Later, when officers searched the parking lot, they found tire tracks and a small piece of paper taped to the detective's windshield. It read, "You can't find the dead, detective. Not when they're sitting right beside you." Below the note, a faint fingerprint. It matched Daniel Cross. And just when Rowan thought he'd lost his mind, he got a call from an unlisted number. A man's voice.
Calm.
Familiar. "Detective, do you believe in second chances?" Then the line went dead. That night, a new file appeared on Rowan's office desk. No sender, no signature. Inside, photos of a woman lying in a hospital bed, unconscious. The patient's ID tag read, Mara Bennett. And the date on the file? The same night Rowan saw her alive. The truth was folding in on itself. Someone was rewriting the story as it unfolded, erasing names, reviving ghosts, killing the living. And now, only one question remained. Was Daniel still alive? Or had someone taken his place? They say the truth always rises to the surface. But in this story, the truth had been buried, burned, and reborn. Detective Rowan hadn't slept in 3 days. The photos of Mara Bennett alive in one frame, unconscious in another, haunted him. Someone was rewriting reality and leaving him breadcrumbs soaked in blood. Rowan stared at the hospital file again. The timestamp on the photo placed Mara in the ICU at 9:47 p.m. But security footage showed her walking out of the coroner's office at 10:12 p.m., meaning only one thing. There were two Maras, or one woman and one body meant to look like her. The detective followed the only trail left, a burner phone number logged in the hospital's visitor record. It led to a cabin deep in Ashmont Woods, where Daniel's car was found the night he died. When Rowan arrived, the cabin looked abandoned. Dust-covered furniture, no power, no footprints in the mud outside, until he saw it, a light flickering in the basement. He walked down the stairs slowly, hand on his gun, heart pounding in his chest. The air smelled of damp woods and formaldehyde. Then his flashlight caught something, a mirror, but not just one. Dozens of them, arranged in a circle. In the center, a chair. And on that chair sat Daniel Cross.
Alive.
Smiling. "Daniel, you finally found me, detective. Took you long enough." "Rowan, you faked your death, framed your wife, and now what? You think this ends with applause?" "Daniel, applause?
No.
Just understanding. You see, Evelyn didn't kill anyone. I did. She only took the blame because she thought I was dead. But now she's the ghost." Rowan's blood ran cold. "Rowan, you killed Mara too?" "Daniel, Mara?"
He laughed. No.
"She's still alive. Somewhere. But she's not Mara anymore." Daniel turned one of the mirrors toward Rowan. Etched across the glass were medical records, Mara Bennett's fingerprints, her dental structure, but next to her name was something shocking. Alias, Evelyn Cross. Rowan staggered back. It couldn't be. The woman helping Daniel, the one who swapped the dental records, the one who saved him, was actually his wife. Evelyn never died. She reinvented herself and helped Daniel disappear, so she could watch him live the life she built for him from the shadows. Rowan whispering she saved you to punish you. Daniel,
Exactly.
every day I breathe is her victory. Every day I hide is her revenge. Daniel leaned forward, eyes wild. But I'm done hiding. He pressed a button on the table. The mirrors began to rotate slowly, reflecting light from hidden bulbs. And on each one, faces appeared, blurred, ghostly, like recordings. Daniel, these are the others she fooled. The men before me. The ones who thought they'd escaped her. They're all dead, detective. All except me. Suddenly, a voice echoed from behind the mirrors, calm, cold, familiar.
No, Daniel.
You're not the only one. It was her, Evelyn. She stepped out of the shadows, wearing a lab coat, the same one Mara once wore, her face half-lit by the flickering bulbs. Evelyn, you wanted to be free of me, but freedom comes at a cost. Daniel, you can't kill me again. Evelyn, I don't have to. You already did that yourself. In one fluid motion, she pressed a syringe into his arm, fast practiced. Daniel froze, trembled, collapsed to his knees. Evelyn, whispering goodbye, my love. You were always better dead. Rowan drew his gun, shouting for her to drop the syringe. But Evelyn only smiled. Tell them whatever you want, detective. They'll never find him. They never found the others. Then she ran, straight into the forest, vanishing into the darkness. Scene fades to black, weeks later. Daniel's body was never recovered. Evelyn's fingerprints were found nowhere. And Mara Bennett? Still officially dead. But one morning, Rowan received a small box on his desk. No return address. Inside, a wedding ring, engraved on the inside. Till death do us part again. They thought the story ended with a fake death. But sometimes, the dead write the next chapter. Because somewhere out there, a woman named Evelyn is smiling at the news headlines. Detective found dead in cabin fire, evidence destroyed. And on her phone screen, a new name appears. Dr. Mara Evans, forensic pathologist. She's starting again. In the shadows of every love story, there's a secret waiting to kill. If you were hooked till the end, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to True Crime Stories Time. Because next week's story might just make you question the person sleeping beside you. Thanks you for watching. Bye for now.